Okay, this is number 4 on 7.2. We're talking about the standard normal distribution, right? The bell curve where the average is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. And in part A here, we're asked to determine the total area under the standard normal curve to the left of -2 and to the right of +2. The student that sent this to me, they had picked this graph right here. And this really, I think the confusion is this is not the area under the curve between -2 and 2, right, which would be from here to here. This is like what percentile would correspond to a z-score of 2. So it's where, I think they're thinking of it as everything below 2. But it's really between -2 and 2. So they're indicating this is, oh, and I was misinterpreting it too as between 2 and -2. But if I read the question a little bit more carefully, it's to the left of -2 and to the right of +2. So it's the two wings, right? It's everything to the left of -2 and to the right of +2. So Henry's got to read a little bit more careful. Okay, so the total area of the standard normal curve to the left of -2 and to the right of 2 is, and we would expect that if we looked at the graph to be pretty small, right? The whole curve would be 1. If the whole curve is blue, it's 1. The meat of the curve here is not shaded, so the area of the shaded portion should be pretty small. So here's what we can do with the StatCrunch calculator. Let me pull that up real quick. So we go to calculators, normal, and to make it it's already the standard normal one because then they set the mean to 0 and the standard deviation to 1. Now, a couple ways to do this, okay? Because there's no setting on the StatCrunch calculator that will give you the direct probability. But one way to do it is to say, given the symmetry, and if we look back here, let's see if I can pull this up again. If we look back here, it should, because of the symmetry of the normal curve, this space should be equal to this space, okay? So what I can do is either find this space or this space and then just double it. So I could go, what's the area under the curve less than -2? And that ends up being about 2%. So I could take this number and double it, right? Or the other way I could do is I could use the between, right, function on the calculator, and I could go between -2 and +2, and +2, right? That gives me the middle. That gives me everything I don't want. But this really then is the complement of what we want, okay? So all we would have to do here is take that extra step and subtract this 95% from 1, and that would just give us these two wings, okay? So I hope that clarifies the technique, because you can't quite directly compute this probability with StatCrunch. You gotta adjust what you know and either double one side of it or find the complement of what you want to know and then subtract it from 1.